Well, guys, I recently hit 2,100 rating in Rapid on chess.com. And you guys know that every time I hit a new personal highest rating that ends with two zeros, I'm heading straight over to this channel and I'm going to post the exact same video I have already posted over and over again, but with a different number in the title and thumbnail. So, yeah. Also, don't ask why it took me a year and a half to go from 1900 to 2000, but only 1 month to go from 2000 to 2100. I don't know either, but that's besides the point. Anyways, let's get right into the video. So this is the game that got me to 2100 rating. As you can see here, 2104. It shows like the rating after the game was played, and like before I won this game I was like 2098, so it was my last game. So I started off with c4, the English opening. This is what I always play as white. I like how it like controls the center without actually having to put pawns in the center, which I think is really cool, and you can play g3 and put your bishop to g2. My opponent here, he wants to play d5, but he can't do it immediately because of this pawn, so he plays e6, the Agincourt defense, very common defense for the English. So whenever this happens, I just like playing d4, inviting them to play like d5, and then it can become like a common queen's gambit declined position. But this guy instead decided to give me a random check, so I just block the check with my own bishop, and then after takes, I have this nice queen here. It has like this nice diagonal, and I have two center pawns, and he just has this random stub. I thought this position was like pretty good, but Stockfish is saying it's like okay. So yeah, he just develops a knight. I do the same, and then he plays h6, kind of a weird move, I guess, preventing my knight from going here in the future. So I go along with my plans of playing g3 and bishop g2, and he plays d6, probably planning to go d5, so I just slide my bishop to g2. Then he aggressively puts his knight here, which if it attacks my queen, but once it just moves, this was actually a better move, but like I didn't really want my queen to like be out early in the game because it could like get knocked around by like pawns or something. So I just move it. Like once I move my queen here, the knight isn't really doing anything, so that knight move was pretty bad. But yeah, he gives me this random check, and here's where I actually play a bad move. The move I should have played was here, because then I'm getting ready to castle, and if he takes, I just take back here, and I have all these pieces developed, and he just has a random queen that's like misplaced on a5. I guess it's like pinning the knight for now, but once I castle, the queen's just doing nothing. But instead, I play a pretty bad move. I play knight here, and it allows him to just take, and then whatever I trade back with, I'll have these two doubled pawns, and doubled pawns are like worse than non-doubled pawns, obviously. So he castles, I do the same. Then he plays d6, kind of a passive move. I thought he might want to go d5. So yeah, I kind of go aggressive here. I don't think this was the best, but I play e4, grabbing the center with all three of my pawns and planning e5 next, and he just develops his knight, putting more defense on this e5 square, and I decided to support it a bit more by putting my rook on e1 because I really want to push to e5, and he just plays his knight here, which Stockfish is saying is a pretty bad move, because once I push, like he has to trade, and then my knight has this really nice square that can't easily be kicked out. So yeah, he moves his knight back. He wants to kick out my knight because it's on a good square. Then I just played this move. I'm not sure if it's that good. It to like lock down the position to make sure he can't like move his pawn here. And this pawn chain is pretty nice. Yeah, he takes my knight. I take with the rook, obviously, because if I take with the pawn, my pawn structure is just going to be terrible. So yeah, he just developed his bishop, and I played. This is actually a pretty bad move. I'm not like losing, but like Stockfish is like kind of. It actually wants me to play bishop f3, so, and it wants me to go back here and then here and then plan a battery, which is pretty crazy. I probably would not find that. As you can see here, I played this pretty bad move. Like I thought what I had here was I had like a nice battery on the king, then maybe I could like slide a rook over and some pawns, and then like have a crazy attack on his king. But this doesn't really work, because once I go here, he just slides his king across, and his king is pretty safe because these pawns are like really like strong and protected. So yeah, that was kind of a bad move. He moves his rook here. What he should have done, he should have played f6 immediately, because then my bishop has to go back and I kind of just wasted a move and then it's his turn. But he just does this immediately, and here I play a pretty bad move. Like, this move is actually bad. I'd say this is like actually like a losing mistake. Like the other moves that weren't that good, they were just kind of like whatever. But this one, once he because like here, yeah, Soccer's just saying it's a blunder already. Like here, as I said, this rook is not really doing anything. Like this pawn is just defended by this. Like it's not like I can like sacrifice the rook. Like sometimes if you have like pieces that can attack these pawns, like a knight or a dark squared bishop, like sometimes you can like break open the position and then the bishop and queen together, and then your rook and queen have like a really strong attack. But not this, because as you can see, these are dark pawns. I only have a light bishop and like my rook and queen, so I won't really be able to break through. So yeah, playing this rook here was definitely a bad move, and it's even worse considering he has f5, which first of all instantly kicks my bishop back, and now my rook, it's just stuck on this useless rank that does nothing. I have like no attack. My queen and bishop aren't helping, and it's gonna take a while to get this rook back into the game to like help with the fight that's going on everywhere else. So yeah, then he moves his bishop back. As you can see, my rook is already being a target to random attacks, so I slide it back obviously. Then he goes here, which doesn't really do that much. Like I guess he was planning to like have a discovered attack, but his bishop isn't defended. But I move here, I'm like threatening this, which is a bad move again. He kind of like moves his rook here, just shuffling, kind of playing random moves, and I play my rook here, putting more pressure here. Apparently that's a move because of bad move because of f7. It defends it well, and it also plans this attack. So yeah, he does play it, and I play queen to d3, which is already bad because he actually has a pretty nice tactic here. He can play here, and then my rook has to go here, and then he has a fork, and he picks up my bishop for his pawn, but luckily he doesn't really find it. Instead he just takes a free pawn. I mean, I'm still obviously worse here. I'm down an entire pawn, but not the end of the world. So I do here, kind of like inviting him to trade, because I think like that this bishop is kind of like blocking my rook's way, and it'd be nice if I could like trade it off, but it wasn't the best move. But yeah, he kind of does this move that allows me to trade the bishop off, because like my pieces are kind of like crammed here and they could easily be pushed by pawns, so I'm like happy to trade. So yeah, then I slide my queen over here, help supporting the e file. Then he like does the same thing, supporting his e pawn, and I just move my rook here. Then he moves his king here. I don't know what that does. I guess it like improves his position. Maybe he's planning to go here and attack with some pawns. But I place my queen here near the center, solidifying it because it's a nice square for the queen. Maybe I can get in, I don't know. He pushes my rook back, kind of weakens his position I think, but also trying to get an attack, so I just slide it back. As I said earlier, he planned this rook move to like support his pawns. I go rook here, and maybe he's planning to go queen here and defend this more and have like more attack. Kind of a weird rook move. So I play c4 here. I actually want to play d5 to like kind of break open the center, I guess. That's a plan I have. Then he plays f4, and obviously I can't take the pawn, or else like he's just gonna take here, and then boom, my king's gonna be completely open and bulldozed. So yeah, I can't take out the pawn. I slide it back, and he just keeps pushing these pawns like crazy. So yeah, I finally go with d5 here. We do a little trade, and I play queen here. I'm trying to threaten this, and I fought like here. I thought I was like putting some pressure and pinning this rook, so like yeah, because it can't move because this queen would fall, and maybe attacking his pawns. Not really the best move. Like there were probably better squares to put my queen on. As you can see, Stockfish is saying I'm losing now. So he plays his queen here to slide it back. It actually hangs a pawn. I could have taken this, but I thought maybe like here, if I just attack the queen, it would be good for me. And by the way, something important to note is that we're really low on time. We both have like 1 minute left because we were using all our time to like survive the middle game. So we're kind of just playing random moves that just they're not the best, but they don't like blunder the game. They just like hold the position together. So yeah, instead of taking the free pawn, I did that, and then he just blocks. And what I'm thinking here is that I don't really want to trade for some reason. I decided to go here instead. Trying to figure out why I play this. Maybe to like drag out more time, because this like makes it one move longer if he takes like this. Then maybe I can attack this pawn. But yeah, something I forgot was, so a lot of the times there's something called a back rank mate, where like if the pawn was like here instead, like, and there was no rook defending, a rook or queen could like checkmate your king if it was back here. And this is a very similar position. I didn't see to back rank mates. Like usually it's like a thing that like only noobs fall for, but I kind of missed here because it's basically a back rank mate, except instead of the queen like has this very sneaky diagonal, which I didn't see at the time. And once they go here, boom, he has this. So yeah, I moved here, which is a terrible blunder because he can just swipe this rook, and I can't take back, or else he will play queen. I'll play this out. I can't take this because the queen comes from the diagonal here. Then my king up, and boom, it's completely suffocated. Like the back rank has gotten these pawns take up these spots. So yeah, so I can't take back, and I realize, oh shoot, I'm down a rook. I'm completely lost. So obviously I can't take back. I slide it over, and the only reason why I don't resign here is because of his time. I'm like, wait, if I just play like some really fast moves, and maybe I can defend my king, like maybe he'll run out of time. So that's what I'm aiming for here. So he plays his rook here. I only have like one good move here to like slide the queen back. Then he does this, fully enclosing my king. So yeah, I play my queen here. I'm trying to like rotate my queen over back here so I can like have a little bit more defense, so I can just like defend slowly and hope his time can run. And this guy's like playing kind of weird. He's taking like 7 seconds on each move. Like look here, like he does not have the time for this, but he does that anyways. Like yeah, and notice I'm playing like every 3 seconds, I guess. And yeah, look at his time. Like first of all, I shouldn't have played this because he has this now, and that's pretty scary for me. I'll play it out here. Like I'd imagine my king would not be very safe here. Like maybe here, but then like his king would be kind of open, so maybe not that. But yeah, I felt like he would do that, but he decides to en passant me because everyone loves en passant. So yeah, I bring my queen back, defending the square to make sure he can't do that. I'm just doing like anything I can to make sure my king can live a little bit longer. And this guy spends like 20 seconds just on this move. Like bro, like why do you spend 20? Like you literally have 20 seconds. But yeah, he decides to. Well, he might be on like a trackpad or something, or he might not have like the fastest reaction times. And meanwhile, I'm like using some like I'm using like a mouse to like try hard in low time situations. But yeah, he does run out of time. He should have played faster at the end there, I guess. But yeah, kind of a low skill win, but I did beat him, and I did climb over 2100 after this game. Let's see game review. Let's see our epic accuracy. 69% accuracy, pure skill. Good job using the clock as a weapon. Yes, coach, I used the clock as a weapon. 0% dirty flagging, 100% skill. Now, jokes aside, though, he like why spend so much time? Yeah. Like, when you only have like a minute or two, like, it's better to just play like random moves that don't just instantly lose the game. Like just like play whatever gets you by. Like just play an okay average move in like 5 seconds maybe, instead of like spending like 20 seconds each time trying to find the best move. Like see, like you're up a rook, like you don't have to play the best moves every time, but whatever floats this guy's boat, I guess. Guys, in this next game, I'm going to show you how I beat the highest rated player in Rapid I've ever beaten, along with like getting to my all-time highest rating, 2,115. I'm a bit lower than that now, but this was the highest I've ever been after beating this guy, because this guy gave me like plus 11 for winning. Oh, well, technically it's not the highest guy I've ever beaten. But the only person higher I think was a 2,300 who was using Stockfish, and like in the middle of the game, like I noticed he was like using Stockfish. So it's like, hey bro, why are you using Stockfish? And then he abandoned the game. So I'm not really sure if I can count that, but yeah. So this is the highest legit player I've beaten. Actually, he could be using Stockfish, and we'd never know. No, just kidding. I don't think he is. But I play C4 again. I told you guys it's like one of the best openings, and then he copies me. Because English opening is just so good. You also have to play it if you're black. If your opponent plays it as white. So I just developed a knight. He does the same thing. I develop my other knight, and he actually goes with the plan of g6 and then fianchettoing his bishop here before I can do that. So I also do that. Then we get our bishops, we castle, and here I play e3. I guess d4 was a bit better. e3 is a bit slow. I want to like support the pawn though. So when he takes back, I have like two central pawns, because this actually gives him the opportunity to go g5 himself. And apparently the best play was to go c5 and then like go here, and then like also play it d4. But instead, I just make like this interesting square of pawns in the middle, because like I thought his position was good with like the tension between these pawns. So I'm like, why not also get it? Because like if you take this pawn, like I think I can win it back somehow if I like play my knight here, and then there's no real way to defend it. Maybe here. But yeah, that's exactly what happens. And in a lot of positions like these, you can win the pawn back, but here it's not so easy, because like if I go here trying to win it back, he just gets my pawn first of all. So yeah, it's already not looking good for me. So yeah, I just play h3 here. I thought like he might have some ideas where like, let's say I play like a random move like this. Like I thought he might be able to do like this. Then he could like take my knight, and then my pawn would be pretty hanged. I guess I could go like here h3 if he takes. I thought I just give up a pawn, but let's see here. So I guess I get the pawn back, but yeah, unrelated. Yeah, that looks scary to me, and I didn't really want to lose this nice pawn here. Stockfish is also saying I could have like pushed it up, which would have been real good, but yeah, he plays this. Stockfish is saying it's a miss because bishop e6 defends this pawn and further like secures that I never get this pawn back, and he's just gonna be up a pawn, so he kind of blocked it off for him. So yeah, I play queen here. I'm trying to threaten to win this pawn back, and I do hang my own pawn, but supposedly it's not that bad. After knight here, I'll just play it out. Knight here, queen here, then rook here. Like he has to move the queen away, like c5 maybe, but then bishop here I'd imagine. Saying f4, but yeah, I guess queen c7, but I have this piece developed, so it's not that bad. But not that bad, I say, while down 2 pawns. That's pretty bad. But instead I go here. I actually kind of miscalculated this, because like if I take now, his queen is forced to come, and like yeah, and now his queen's on this pretty like weird square to be on. But if I do the thing I played here, but he actually has a chance to do this. I thought I was just pinning it, but he has like a check, which I saw, and I saw that I still had this attack, but now he has this nice square queen c7. It's much safer, so I don't have any bishop attacks to develop while attacking him. So yeah, this is already better for him. As you can see, he has 2 more pawns, and I can't really win this pawn back anymore. So yeah, Socrates is saying I'm not like completely lost, because I do have like more like, I'm still lost, but not by like actually 2 pawns. It's more like 1 pawn, because I have so much activity technically. So yeah, I played bishop here, which is a mistake somehow. Wait, and it's not really a mistake. Soccer's saying it's like alright, because this is like the game review stuff, because I use game review, because game review engine is like weaker than like the engine I'm using right now, as you can see here. Like it's saying it's minus 1.23, but this engine is saying minus 1.1, so sometimes it will say stuff is like a mistake or inaccuracy when it's really not that bad. because game reviews is like obviously weaker than this engine because it has to like review the entire game. Like it won't like take 5 minutes to like show you your game result. It's gonna like use a weaker engine so it can go fast and just give it to you in like 5 to 10 seconds to instantly show you your results, because no one wants to wait 5 minutes. It's not really like much of a difference. The game review Stockfish is still like much stronger than like anybody. So yeah. So back on topic here, he plays a6. Apparently he had bishop d7, which just kicks my queen out, which I would assume is pretty good. He plays a6, and I play rook here, trying to put more pressure here, and maybe I have some tactics with like here, and then he can't take back because his rook is hanging, and then I might win the pawn back. But he just plays bishop and kicks my queen out. I slide it over here, and he has some weird ass brilliant move here. He has a b5, bro, that just hangs rook. Like when I saw this, bro, I thought he was just flat out hanging this rook, like the biggest mistake ever, but somehow it's actually pretty good. Like who is playing b5 here and like willingly gives up their rook? That's just so weird. But yeah, but then I don't really know how to justify it after like e7. It doesn't seem that good to me. Yeah, like I guess these, okay, wait, wrong thing. Like these pawns are just like strong, I guess, and then he can just push them and I can't really stop him. I guess that's a reason why he would like sacrifice the rook. I don't really see it why that's so good. But here I make a mistake here. I play rook here, and this rook is kind of like weak. What I want to do was like double them up and then just like have them like dominate this file. It was what I thought. But he just has this move, which just, wait, is this what he played? No, that's not what he played. But like he has this nice move which skewers this. Like I completely overlooked it. I forgot pieces could move backwards, bro. Like most people do, I guess. Like always look for backward moves. They seem like counterproductive. Like when he moves this piece back, he's basically like setting up the board for the next game, but it's actually good here because it like wins my rook, obviously. So yeah, he misses this luckily, and Stockfish just wants me to like take this bishop because it's like, bro, these pieces you have are so weak, just give it up. But as I can see, I try to get greedy, and then he does this, and I have to do this, and yeah, after this he has a way to win my bishop. Like after here, like skewered, I have to move my rook. I can't move it somewhere to defend it, so I'm just losing my bishop. I guess I could sack it here, but yeah. But anyways, luckily for me, he did not find this, and I play this inaccurate move, I guess. He goes here, and yeah, after I see this, like his pawns are kind of strong, so they're gonna be hard to stop. But unfortunately for me, I just completely hang my knight because like I did not, like when he goes here, like it attacks this, and I guess I'm blind because I really did not see that. So yeah, I kind of just like hang my knight for completely free. But on the bright side, he actually did play this move, which is supposedly a blunder somehow, because actually I have this move here, bishop d6. And then what this does is, so first of all, I have this very strong attack on this king. Like let's say he gets greedy and tried to take my free pawn, then ca, then trade, he has to take, and then here, as you can see here, his king's suffocated. Like in the last game, it's a backrank mate, so he has to give up his bishop, and boom, here, and then once again I have a discovered attack. So yeah, he has to like go here or risk being mated, and I just take this pawn with check, and boom, I'm completely winning here. I have the rook for like his knight. But yeah, unfortunately I choose the, so yeah, once I go here, he would have to like move his bishop out to give him room, and then like okay, wrong square. Like let's see what engine says. Like h5, then once we do that, I get this pawn back and it should be equal. But I make a bad move. Like I'm pretty sure I saw this plan, but I went here instead by accident, because now he can just, like on this square the bishop can't get taken, but here he can take my bishop, and if I don't take back I'm just down a piece, so I have to take back, and all these rooks aren't connected anymore on this last square. So yeah, he can just take my pawn and we take, and he takes that. And honestly, this position, Stockfish is saying it's like completely lost, but honestly, when I was here, I didn't think I was like that bad. I thought like sure I might be a bit worse, because as you can see, +1. Plus like I'm also like a rook man. Like rooks are my favorite pieces, so yeah, I'm pretty good at using them. I'm just saying. So here we do some trades. I'm getting my king into the action, and here I have like I attack both bishops. Then here, then we're like shuffling your pieces. I have to be careful here. As you can see, I'm spending 20 seconds because I really don't want him to like be able to pin or like pin a rook to my king or like skewer my rooks together. So I have to be careful. And I'm also seeing, and he also makes this pretty diabolical blunder because now I have this, and then so he has to move this bishop. Then I have this, and then my bishop is just pinned, and he loses a bishop, which is nice. And he makes it even. Wait, did he have a way to save this? F8? Yeah, I would imagine I'm just... Wait, no, what? What's the best move for him? Oh, king F8. Huh. Don't I just have this? I guess it's... This looks so losing for him. I don't see how... Oh, I guess, yeah, that, but instead he just does this. So like basically now I'm guaranteed to like win his bishop, and I should be winning here. Rook. Oh, why does it say rook b4 is better? Okay. I guess I'm. Oh, I guess if I go here, it defends this pawn, and then I can like. Wait, what's the difference here? I'm trying to figure this out myself. Oh, because like after this, when I take, he can attack my king with the rook. Well, actually, I could have just played king d2 and escaped, and then won this bishop all nice. But instead, I get greedy. Like if I see a free pawn, if you dangle a free pawn in front of my face, I'm gonna take it, bro. So yeah, and then I forget that he can do this. So yeah, I just completely threw a free bishop away. But in my head, I'm like seeing this. Like I think like here, if I take this, then I'm like gonna be on his 7th rank, and I might be able to like force a draw here or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's a pretty bad move for me. It was my chance to come back. But yeah, he just gives me some more checks. Then here, he actually makes a pretty bad blunder, and I noticed this. Like here, I see, like this bishop is hanging this rook. Like whenever a rook is like right in front of the king's face, like, and it's only defended by one piece, like it's pretty weak. Like if this piece were to suddenly like disappear or got kicked off, like, then I'd be able to take the rook. So I noticed that if I go here and kick this here, first of all, this is the only move it can square it can go. Like actually, I'll just show you. This is the move I played in game, and he has to go back here, and then I'll have a nice fork. Boom! I'll pick up one of the bishops, and it should be equal. But instead, he decides to go for another option, where instead he just takes the pawn, and then boom! I'm on his 7th rank, and I can easily force a draw, as shown by that arrow there. And yeah, and I actually have an option to force a draw right now. But then I'm like, wait a second, this guy has 40 seconds left. I can flag him. So yeah, so instantly I attack his bishop, and I'm planning to like move my rook here and try to like make him mate threat. It should keep him occupied for the next like 40 seconds, right? So yeah, he's using way too much time here. Then he's just shuffling pieces, and I'm like trying to threaten checkmate, I guess. Then here, he like gives my check, and yeah, I'm just like moving my king around. I'm trying not to like repeat moves so we get the draw. Then I actually blunder here. Technically, I threw the entire game. Like he actually has bishop here. Then my only legal move is here, and then I go here. And actually, if he wanted, and like even if he takes my rook here, I saw that like I'm still gonna win on time. I still just move my rook around, and he can't win in 7 seconds because like yeah, unless he was like Hikaru or something. But obviously, and if he even wanted to, he could force a draw, which would actually be smarter. Cause like he can't win because his time is low, but like no one is finding that. Like, like no one is seeing this position and saying, oh, if I go back here, his only 2 king legal moves are here. Like that's like really hard to see to force the draw. And obviously with 7 seconds left, you're just gonna play a random move. So yeah, he just does that, and I'm just moving my king and rooks around. I'm just shuffling them around. Even though these are mistakes, I'm just like making sure I have enough time to give him some back shots, his king some back shots, and just check him around and make him waste time, and boom, he runs out of time. And yeah, he just gets outplayed. Outplayed equals dirty flagging. And yeah, bro, he had a brilliant move. I still don't understand this move, but yeah, that's my queen's looking pretty trapped too. Yeah, that's how I beat the highest red player who wasn't cheating. Like my best like legit win. And I hit my peak rating.